Conway is an ancient fortified town seated on the western banks of the Noble River, from which it takes its name, and formerly called Aberconway, i.e. the mouth or embouchure of the chief river. The position is happily chosen, both as a strong post of defence and a key to those parts of Denbigh and Carnarvon which lie remote from the sea. That's George Newman Wright's description of Conway, a town that's just a little ways up from me and has a medieval castle. And the book that he wrote is called Scenes in North Wales. It's from 1833, and it has a lot of plates. Don't ask me how many off the top of my head. There is a key in the front somewhere after the preface. There we go. Yeah, so he wrote little vignettes about the history and legends of all of these places in North Wales, which is really dear to my heart. Aside from that, I found it in a British Heart Foundation furniture shop. It had a £1 sticker just about here. And it really threw me at first because this is quite a shiny binding. And it looks a bit fake. And it's a rebound version, a very nicely rebound version. But then when I opened it up, you can see the difference in quality between the end pages here and this here. This, you probably, again, I don't know if you can see it, this inscription here drove me absolutely insane. If anyone is a handwriting expert out there and can tell me what it says, I would love to know. As far as I can tell, it's a name of some description, and it says 1864. It has to be later than 1804 because the book wasn't published until 1833. But I went down a bit of a rabbit hole with that one for about 3 hours. I tried to find out who it could be. First, I was like, that is a name that makes absolutely no sense. But eventually I figured out it was probably two names. It was probably a first name and a last name. And the closest I came to finding out who the previous owner of this book might have been who wrote that inscription was a John Hinckley from 1826 to 1861, who lived in Tenby, and John Dunkley, who lived in 1840 in Swansea. There's some really great handwriting resources out there, and I'll see if I can link them in the description. But this one was a bit of an adventure and something dear to my heart. You can read it all for free on Project Gutenberg. I think there's some other sites out there as well. But this is just fantastic, the engravings here. And especially because I recognise so many of the scenes. St Asaph, that's just up the road from me. And Rutland Castle, I've seen that. Very accurate. Beautiful Flamroos Church there. Yeah, it's a beautiful binding. It's a beautiful book and beautiful prose as well. For a little guide to North Wales, still useful today. Thanks.